My dear one, I am so glad you are here. I want you to know that nothing brought you to these words by accident. Something within you has been longing for rest, for reassurance, for a gentle reminder that you are safe and that good is allowed to come to you. Perhaps you are tired of going to bed with worry in your mind and tension in your body. Perhaps you have been wondering if life will ever feel lighter, if money will ever flow with more ease, if you will ever wake up without that quiet weight on your chest. I want you to hear this clearly. What you are feeling is understandable, and you are not wrong for feeling this way. You have been doing the best you can with what you have known, and right now you are opening to something new. So many of us were taught very early on to believe that life is a struggle and that rest must be earned. We learned to carry our worries with us into the night, replaying conversations, counting bills, wondering what we did wrong or what we still need to fix. We lie down, but the mind keeps working, and the body never fully relaxes. When this happens, sleep cannot truly heal us because we are still gripping the day. And when we grip life tightly with fear, abundance has no gentle place to land. This is not a failure on your part. It is simply an old pattern that can be changed. I want you to understand something very important. The problem has never been that you are unworthy or incapable. The problem has never been that there is not enough good to go around. The real issue has always been a thought, a quiet belief learned long ago that says you must struggle, that says ease is for others, that says safety and prosperity are conditional. These thoughts often come from childhood, from watching the adults around us worry, sacrifice, and push themselves beyond rest. We absorbed those beliefs without questioning them, and they became the background music of our lives. But here is the truth. It is only a thought, and a thought can be changed. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant, there will grow. If the seeds are fear and lack, then worry will bloom. If the seeds are love and trust, then peace and abundance will take root. Tonight, we are not forcing anything. We are not fighting the old thoughts. We are simply choosing to plant something new. And sleep is the most fertile soil there is, because when the conscious mind rests, the deeper mind listens with an open heart. Before anything else can shift, there must be release. You cannot carry the whole day into your dreams and expect rest to restore you. So I invite you gently to begin letting go. You do not have to analyze or fix anything. Simply allow yourself to acknowledge how much you have been carrying. Notice the tension in your shoulders, the tightness in your jaw, the weight in your chest or stomach. None of this means you have done something wrong. It only means you have been trying very hard. Forgiveness is the doorway we walk through first. Not forgiveness as an effort, but forgiveness as permission. Permission to stop punishing yourself. Permission to stop replaying what you could not control. When you hold resentment, even toward yourself, it keeps the body on guard, and a guarded body cannot receive. As you soften into forgiveness, the nervous system relaxes and the heart opens. You are not saying that everything was acceptable. You are saying that you are ready to be free. This is where self-love begins, not as an idea, but as a feeling of safety. Self-love is allowing yourself to rest without guilt. It is letting the body sink into the bed and saying, it is safe for me to let go now. When you speak to yourself with kindness, your body listens. When you tell yourself that it is safe to prosper, your mind begins to open instead of defend. This is how transformation starts, quietly, gently, without struggle. As you continue listening, you are already doing something powerful. You are choosing to believe that life can support you even while you sleep. You are choosing to step out of effort and into allowance. You do not need to stay awake or concentrate. Your subconscious mind never sleeps, and it is receiving every word as nourishment. Tonight is not about doing more. It is about remembering who you are beneath the worry. You are worthy of rest. You are worthy of ease. And life loves you more than you have ever been taught to believe. If these words are already bringing a sense of calm, I invite you to stay with me. And if you feel moved to be part of a loving community that is learning to rest, heal, and welcome good together, you are welcome to share your favorite affirmation or simply let us know that you are here. We heal more deeply when we remember that we are not alone. As you settle more deeply into this space, I want you to notice how little effort is required now. You are not trying to fix your life in this moment. You are not solving tomorrow. You are simply allowing yourself to be here. This is important because the subconscious mind opens most fully when it feels no pressure. When it senses gentleness, it relaxes its guard and becomes willing to receive new ideas. This is why rest is so powerful. This is why sleep is sacred. Many people believe that change must be hard, that transformation comes only through discipline or struggle. Yet nature shows us a different truth. Seeds do not strain to grow. They rest in the soil, and in that resting, life moves through them. In the same way, when you allow yourself to soften, when you stop forcing answers, your inner world begins to rearrange itself. Prosperity is not something you chase. It is something you align with, and alignment begins with safety. I want you to understand how deeply your body responds to your inner dialogue. When you tell yourself that you must always be alert, that danger is near, that money is scarce, your body tightens as if preparing for battle. Muscles hold, breath shortens, and the heart stays on guard. In that state, even sleep becomes shallow. But when you choose new words, words like "I am safe now, it is okay to rest," life supports me, your body listens immediately. The shoulders soften, the breath deepens, the heart slows into a steady rhythm. This is not imagination. This is the body responding to love. So many of us have forgotten what it feels like to truly surrender at the end of the day. As children, we knew how. We fell asleep knowing someone was watching over us. We trusted without needing proof. That capacity is still within you. It has never been lost. It has only been covered by years of responsibility and worry. Tonight, you are gently uncovering it again. As your mind continues to soften, you may notice thoughts drifting by. Plans, memories, small worries may rise and fall. You do not need to push them away. Simply let them pass like clouds moving across the sky. You are not required to follow them. Each time you choose not to engage, you are telling your subconscious that it is safe to let go. And each time you let go, you create more space for good to enter. This is also the moment where worthiness begins to be restored. At the deepest level, abundance is never about money alone. It is about the belief that you deserve support. If somewhere inside you learned that you must prove yourself to receive, that belief quietly blocks the flow of life. Tonight we are offering your inner world a new message. You are worthy simply because you exist. You do not have to earn rest. You do not have to justify ease. You are allowed to receive. You may want to gently repeat inside yourself, "I am open to receiving good." There is no rush. There is no pressure. Even if part of you questions these words, another part is listening and responding. Thoughts do not need to be believed immediately to take root. They only need to be repeated with kindness. Over time, the nervous system learns a new pattern, and life responds to that new vibration. As you continue resting, imagine your inner world becoming quieter, like a lake at night. When the surface is still, it reflects the stars clearly. In the same way, when your mind becomes still, it reflects truth more easily. And the truth is this: you are supported, you are guided, you are not alone in creating your life. There is a greater intelligence moving through you, arranging, aligning, and responding to your willingness to trust. If at any point you drift closer to sleep, that is perfect. You do not need to hold on to these words consciously. Your subconscious mind is receiving exactly what it needs. Every gentle affirmation is being absorbed. Every reminder of safety is settling in. You are retraining your inner dialogue without effort, simply by listening and allowing. And as this sense of calm deepens, you may begin to feel a quiet openness where worry used to be. That openness is the doorway through which abundance flows, not forced, not chased, but welcomed. Life loves you, my dear, and tonight, as you rest, you are remembering how to let life love you back. As this openness continues to grow, I want you to gently turn your attention inward, not to analyze or judge, but simply to notice. Notice how your body feels when it is no longer bracing against the world. There is a softness that begins to spread, a quiet permission to rest. This is the state where deep change happens, because the subconscious mind accepts new ideas most easily when the body feels cared for and protected. For many people, the idea of prosperity has been mixed with fear: fear of losing it, fear of not having enough, fear of being judged for wanting more. These fears often come from old teachings that said money is hard to come by, or that desiring ease somehow makes us selfish. But these ideas are not truth. They are learned beliefs, and anything learned can be unlearned. Life itself is generous. Look at nature. Trees do not apologize for bearing fruit. Rivers do not restrict their flow. The sun does not ration its light. Abundance is the natural state of life, and you are part of that life. Tonight, as you rest, we are gently reminding your inner world that money is not an enemy and not a test. Money is simply energy, and like all energy, it responds to the way it is treated. When it is feared, it retreats. When it is welcomed with gratitude and trust, it flows. You do not need to control it or cling to it. You only need to allow yourself to feel safe receiving it. Safety is the foundation of prosperity. You might softly tell yourself, "It is safe for me to prosper. It is safe for money to come to me." These words are not demands, they are invitations, and your subconscious understands invitations very well. It listens and begins to reorganize old patterns quietly, without effort. You may not notice the shift immediately, but it is happening. Seeds are being planted. As these seeds settle, gratitude becomes a natural companion. Gratitude is not pretending that everything is perfect. It is choosing to notice what is already supporting you: the bed beneath you, the breath moving in and out, the fact that you are here, listening, willing to heal. Each moment of appreciation sends a message to your inner world that says life is safe and supportive, and life always responds to that message. You may find it comforting to gently repeat, "Thank you for this rest. Thank you for this moment. Thank you for the good that is unfolding for me now." Gratitude softens resistance. It opens the heart, and an open heart receives more easily than a guarded one. This is not something you have to work at. It happens naturally when you allow yourself to slow down. As forgiveness continues to work quietly in the background, you may notice old tension dissolving. Forgiveness does not mean approving of what hurt you. It means choosing not to carry it forward. When you release resentment, you free enormous amounts of energy. That energy becomes available for creativity, joy, and prosperity. Holding on to anger is exhausting. Letting go is restful, and rest is where healing lives. You are not being asked to forgive perfectly. Willingness is enough. Even the smallest openness begins the process. Each time you choose peace over replaying the past, your nervous system learns a new response. And each time your nervous system relaxes, your subconscious opens wider to receive abundance. As you continue listening or drifting closer to sleep, trust that everything you need is being absorbed. You are not missing anything. You are not behind. Life is not testing you. Life is responding to your willingness to soften, and in the softness, new possibilities are already forming, quietly, gently, in perfect timing. You are safe now. You are supported now. And as you rest, the inner work continues effortlessly, carrying you toward a morning that feels lighter, calmer, and more open to good than before. As you remain in this gentle state, something beautiful begins to happen without you having to try. Your imagination starts to open, not as effort, but as a natural response to safety. When the mind feels relaxed, it becomes creative again. This is why visualization is so powerful during rest. The subconscious mind does not distinguish between what is imagined and what is real. It simply responds. And when you imagine with softness and love, your inner world accepts those images as instructions for life to follow. You may begin to notice simple pictures forming in your mind. They do not need to be detailed or perfect. Perhaps you see yourself paying a bill with ease. Perhaps you imagine opening your wallet or your account and feeling calm instead of tension. Perhaps you sense the relief of knowing that you are supported. These images do not need force. They only need allowance. Each gentle picture sends a message to your subconscious that says, "This is safe, this is possible, this is allowed." For so long, many people have unknowingly rehearsed images of lack. They imagined unpaid bills, difficult conversations, closed doors, and life, which always responds, mirrored those images back. Tonight, you are choosing something new. You are allowing your mind to rest in images of ease. And as you do, life begins to reorganize itself to match that inner picture. You might softly tell yourself, money flows to me in peaceful ways. I am supported in ways I can see and ways I cannot yet see. These words are not meant to convince, they are meant to soothe. When the inner world feels soothed, resistance dissolves. And when resistance dissolves, flow begins. As this continues, sleep itself becomes a healer. While you rest, the conscious mind steps aside and the deeper mind listens without argument. This is why listening before and during sleep is so powerful. Every loving statement you hear tonight is settling into your subconscious like warm light. You do not need to remember it all. Your inner world remembers for you. You may drift in and out of awareness, and that is perfect. Even if you sleep deeply, the work continues. Your subconscious is learning new truths. It is learning that life can be trusted. It is learning that abundance does not require struggle. It is learning that you are worthy of ease. Self-love quietly anchors all of this. When you love yourself even a little more than before, you stop blocking good. Self-love is not grand or dramatic. It is allowing yourself to receive without guilt. It is speaking kindly to yourself when old doubts arise. It is choosing rest instead of punishment. Each small act of self-love strengthens the foundation upon which prosperity rests. You may want to gently repeat, I love and approve of myself. I am doing the best I can, and that is enough. These words carry immense power because they dissolve the inner conflict that pushes good away. When inner conflict ends, the flow of life becomes smoother. As your body relaxes further, notice how your breath becomes slower and deeper. Notice how your muscles soften. This physical relaxation is not separate from prosperity. It is part of it. A relaxed body is a receptive body. A calm mind is an open mind. And openness is the gateway through which opportunities arrive. Nothing needs to be forced tonight. You are not trying to control the future. You are allowing it. Life is intelligent. It knows how to respond to your willingness. And as you rest in this gentle trust, everything that needs to shift is already shifting, quietly, lovingly, in perfect alignment with your highest good. As this deep trust settles in, there is another quiet layer that begins to heal, often without words. It is the release of guilt. Guilt is one of the most hidden barriers to receiving good. It whispers that you must suffer a little longer, that ease must wait, that you somehow owe life your exhaustion. But guilt is not a truth. It is an old habit of thought, and tonight it is loosening its grip. You may not even realize how often guilt has shaped your choices. It may have shown up as the inability to rest without feeling unproductive. It may have appeared as discomfort when something good arrived unexpectedly. Or it may have lived quietly as the belief that others deserve more than you do. None of this means there is something wrong with you. It simply means you learn to be hard on yourself, and what is learned can be gently released. As you rest, imagine setting down a heavy bag you have been carrying for a long time. Inside it are old regrets, self-criticism, moments you replayed and judged yourself for. You do not need to open the bag or examine its contents. You only need to set it down. Feel how much lighter your body becomes when you are no longer holding it. This is what self-forgiveness feels like. It is spacious. It is kind. It is freeing. You might softly say to yourself, I forgive myself. I did the best I could with what I knew at the time. I am free now. These words are not excuses. They are acknowledgments of your humanity. And when your subconscious hears forgiveness, it stops blocking good. It begins to allow support again. As guilt dissolves, harmony naturally expands beyond you. Prosperity is not only about money. It is also about the quality of your relationships, the ease in your conversations, the peace in your home. When you release inner tension, your interactions soften. When you soften, life mirrors that gentleness back to you through people, opportunities, and circumstances. You may begin to notice that the idea of abundance no longer feels heavy or stressful. It feels neutral, calm, even friendly. That is a sign of alignment. When something feels safe instead of charged, it can flow without resistance. You are not trying to attract. You are allowing. This is also the moment where trust in life deepens. Life is not waiting to trick you or take something away. Life is responsive. It mirrors the state of your inner world. And as your inner world becomes calmer, kinder, and more forgiving, life responds with experiences that match that vibration. You might gently remind yourself, life supports me in visible and invisible ways. I do not have to do everything alone. These words invite cooperation instead of struggle, and cooperation is far more powerful than effort. When you stop pushing, you begin receiving. As you drift closer to sleep, let all of this settle without analysis. There is nothing you need to remember or repeat perfectly. Your subconscious has already received the message. You are safe. You are worthy. You are allowed to prosper. And as you rest, life is already arranging itself in response to this new openness. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where you need to be for this moment of healing to unfold. And as you continue resting, the final layer of this journey will gently carry you into a deep sense of peace, knowing that all is well in your world and that good is already on its way to you. As you rest in this peaceful awareness, everything begins to come together naturally. There is nothing more you need to do, no lesson to memorize, no effort to apply. The work has already been done in the most gentle way possible, through softness, through willingness, through rest. Your subconscious mind has received new instructions, not through force, but through love. And love is the only language it truly understands. Tonight you have allowed yourself to release the weight of the day. You have chosen safety over tension, forgiveness over self-criticism, trust over fear. These choices may have felt subtle, almost invisible, but they are powerful. Small inner shifts create large outer changes. When the inner world relaxes, life reorganizes itself with ease. That is the way it has always worked. As you continue to drift deeper into sleep, let a simple truth settle gently into your heart. Life loves you. It is not testing you. It is not withholding from you. It responds to your beliefs, your expectations, and your willingness to receive. And tonight you have shown life that you are ready to receive in a new way, without struggle, without guilt, without apology. You may notice a sense of lightness now, even if it is very subtle. That lightness is space. And where there is space, something new can enter. Prosperity needs space. Peace needs space. Joy needs space. You have created that space simply by letting go. If you wake in the night or in the morning with a quiet affirmation rising naturally, allow it. Perhaps the words, "all is well, in my world," will float through you. Or perhaps you will simply feel calm without knowing why. Trust that feeling. It is your inner world aligning with truth. You do not need to worry about how abundance will arrive. That is not your job. Your only role is to remain open, kind to yourself, and willing to rest when rest is needed. Life knows the pathways you cannot yet see. When you stop forcing, those pathways open effortlessly. As this meditation gently completes, you may already be asleep, and that is perfect. If you are still awake, allow yourself to drift without holding on to these words. They have already been absorbed. Your subconscious continues working long after the sound fades. Healing continues, alignment continues, good continues moving toward you.